I'm on Google.
And type in Africa.viajes in the Google box. .viajes.
Okay.
Now, there you see the URL, and that's the way it's supposed to look. Right there. Now, a lot of my domains don't even have this URL. But Africa...
I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you see where it says this website is parked free, courtesy of GoDaddy.com?
Yeah, that means it's parked free. It's on a GoDaddy parked page.
Right.
Okay.
So, now, I want you to erase that period and put a space there in that search box. And just hit search.
Okay.
And, oh, that's this one. I know this one does it. I think this one does it. You're going to kill me if I... Okay. I think that was the one that was working right. I've been doing this for so many hours. One second, Darren. I got so much going on here. Just type in Vivo Viajes instead of Africa. I think Africa is one that they didn't mess with. I've got 60 of them here. And
Vivo Viajes?
Vivo.viajes.
Were we searching for this?
Yes, in the Google box. In the Google box. Do not put it in the URL. And this one clearly shows.
Clearly shows what?
So you put it in the Vivo.viajes. Now it should have a link because I have it. I have the names. I have those forwarded to hotels.viajes, but I just only want you to Google it.
That domain is parked.
Right, but you put it in the URL. I don't want it in the URL. I want it in the Google box.
I am searching on Google.
Okay, and so try it one more. Refresh your Google search box, and then just.
Well, there's no way to refresh that. I mean, I'm searching it, and I don't know what you want me to look for.
The very first link is not Vivo.viajes.
Well, the very first link could be different for me than it is for you. You have to remember that Google searches are shaped towards users. So when you're actually in there, the more that you use Google, it does shape that towards your usage.
Okay.
So
this isn't. I agree with you. However, this isn't that. Are you in the all?
Vivo, V-I-V-O, right?
.viajes.
Yep, I'm looking it up. It doesn't even come up on page 1 for me.
Right. What comes up on page 1? At the very top.
There's Expedia links.
Right. There you go.
A bunch of other links.
There you go. Stop. The very first.
What?
Darren, the very first link. Expedia.
Yeah.
Expedia.es/Vivo. And then there's this period. D6361275. .viajes. That is a link that is domain hijacking Vivo.viajes. Now,
where I don't understand how you're coming to that conclusion.
Well, let's do another one. We're gonna go Halesko.viajes.
What is it?
Halesko, Jalisco.
Okay.
Now, this is Halesko.viajes, and that very first link says halesco.d11143, and there it says GUIA-DE. So just click on that for a second. I want to show you something. Click on that Velos El Jalisco, and it goes right to Expedia. Okay?
Right.
So
Right.
now go up, please, in that URL and just copy halesco.d1143. Just copy that right there.
D114.
No, halesco.d1143. halesco.d1143. And then when you copy that, hit your back bar and go back and type that, what you just copied, and put it in the Google box.
Okay.
Now you see the multiple. There's 3 links right here.
Okay.
I allege that these are other GTLDs that have been hijacked. Now, we have...
Sean, no, but, I mean, what we're looking at are .ie, which is for Ireland, and these are Expedia, expedia.ie, expedia.co.in, expedia.com, orbitz.com, hotwire.com, cheaptickets.com, expedia.ca, which is for Canada. There's nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay. We're not... You gotta follow me here. It's extremely out of the ordinary. This is why they're getting rid of it, or getting away with it. These, I allege, are hijacked GTLDs. And
nope, those are not. Those are Expedia and then country code. Those are CCTLDs, country code specific TLDs. They're not GTLDs, they're CCTLDs. So they're specific for countries, just like .us is for United States, .de is for Germany.
I know that. We're not talking about that right. I'm sorry. That's not the part of the URL I'm talking about.
So what part are you talking about?
The halesco.11143, and then the next.
No, that 11 whatever it is, that series of numbers is not a domain or GTLD.
No, it's not. It is a encrypted, somewhat of an encrypted takeover.
It is something that's part of a script or code that's used for bringing up these particular travel websites. My guess is it has something to do with the way that it could be region-based. It could be, because I'm looking at this and it looks like that D11143, I mean, it's basically for the Jalisco, so it's probably region-based or destination-based.
Okay, .se is, I think, no, ES is Spain. I don't know where .de is Germany. Okay, .fr is France. Jalisco is a state in Mexico. It's where Puerto Vallarta is. Okay? It is not geographic. It is a code that they're using to combine the GTLD they're hijacking.
Hold on, Sean. Where are we going with all this, though? Because it's not making any sense where you're trying to end up with all this.
Darren, I'm being hacked, and so I believe that Expedia and Kayak are domain hijacking. You cannot search my domains. You can't search any of them. They're not searchable.
Sean, these domains that you're giving me examples for, they're parked pages. Parked pages are not going to be indexed. It's not going to be something that, Google's not going to set a priority for parked pages.
Okay. then let's do one that isn't parked. Wedding.viajes. Wedding.viajes. Wedding singular .viajes. Now,
okay, it's the very first one that comes up.
but that's not how people search. That's not what I'm referring to. So go down to the third one, where you see Expedia.es, which is Spain, and there's the G, and then /, and then you have wedding, and then you have that number 178.
Series of numbers.
And
yeah,
then
again, it's probably going to be.
What's after it? What's after it?
A series of numbers, D178751. It just tells me that it's probably region based, so they can actually keep track of all this.
Okay, what's after the 51? Viajes.
Yeah, Viajes y Vacaciones.
Right.
And then there's one that has Gaia de Vacaciones. There's another one. I mean, it's different. It's not all the same one. So Viajes, but Viajes has nothing to do with it. I mean, that's just what's being searched. That's a term that's being searched.
All right. Okay. So, I just want you to hang with me for a second. So, down at the bottom, you see Viajes y Wedding Berlin Expedia.com and that GUIA. Now, this guy, wedding.guia, that word GUIA -DE. Just click on this for a second. Click on that Wedding Berlin and then go up, and you see that GTLD is encrypted there. It says .destination. However, let's go back and then just do in this Google search box wedding.guide, because
do you see what comes up when you click on that? It's literally pulling up a search for airfare, looks like, from an origin to a destination of Berlin. So, again, Sean, this doesn't prove anything. This doesn't prove that you're being hacked. It's just that's how they've actually designed their site. It's just a way to be able to track these pages and for them to actually design these pages.
Okay, so I want you to do one more thing for me, please. Just hang with me. I'm practicing here because I'm not getting through to you. And so I'm just going to try to get through to you one more time. So that, if you go back to where we Googled wedding.viajes, and just go up into the URL, please. We're going to do two things. Go up into the URL and type in, if it goes through, I don't know if I renewed my website. Yeah, okay. Type in wedding.viajes in the URL. I forgot. I need to delete that. Damn.
Okay.
That's my website. All right?
Okay.
So now now go back to the Google search results and go down and see. Actually, you can see it right in the top, second one down. Below my first link, which is in the Google searches, you see wedding and then those numbers, which is the same number in wedding.viajes. Now you see that .guia-de, and one would think that DE is German, but if you remove the A and the hyphen, that word is spelled guide. So now go up into the...
Now, Sean, you're really, really looking for things that aren't there.
Hey, Deron?
You're looking for things that really aren't there. I wish we could actually help you out with this more, but this really isn't anything that is showing anything. You're finding anomalies in how these codes are being built. I mean, you're asking me to now remove two letters and it spells guide and whatnot. That's not how this works. It's not something that is, that they're hijacking your account. First of all, we're looking at searches and coming up with literally 29.7 million searches for wedding.bi.
Darren, you need to
Right?
transfer me to somebody else.
I'm not going to do that, Sean.
Okay, I'm going to tell you right up front that your landing pages are getting hacked, but you're not the only one. There are multiple ones. I'm asking you to do one more thing. Would you please do one more thing for me? Just one instead of 5. We would have had it done by now. If you would just type in wedding.guide. Wedding.guide. Now, wedding.guide is the short version of that URL that I said remove the A and the hyphen. Now, wedding.guide is the first one after the ad.
First of all, is this your domain?
No, it's not. There are multiple people getting hacked.
But here's what I'm saying, though, Sean, is if this is not your domain, you don't know what this person has been doing for their business. Maybe they're actually doing this on purpose. They might be working with these other companies and actually getting this information and using this to their advantage. We don't know that.
All right.
But you're looking at it in terms of a negative spin and saying that it's just you being hacked, and we've gone over this for months now.
Right.
I mean, this has been going on all year.
Okay.
And we've proven to you time and time
No, you
again
haven't
that
proven
it's
anything.
hacked.
That is not true. That is not true. I am getting hacked. So type in hot.viajes. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find this because I couldn't find it this morning. Hot.viajes in the Google box. I don't know if I'm going to find it this morning. It's buried. So, 1 second. Wasn't the best one to use because it's coming down. Here's one. Nice, which is nice.viajes.
Is that the domain you own?
Yes.
Okay.
And go to page 3 because that's the earliest it pops up.
Okay.
Now, I own Nice.viajes. And the second one down, second link down, there you have Nice plus those numbers, .viajes. Now, the one below it is Nice plus those same numbers, .guide. GUI, then A, then whatever. But if you go up and type in Nice, because I just have a park domain at nice.viajes, but some of my domains don't have the links. They're buried. You can't find them. Like, but I'm going to type in nice.guide.
Now, nice.guide. And again, is that a domain you own?
No, it's not. Nice.guide is a GTLD. And it is a landing page. It's a landing page that I think is at GoDaddy. Now, this landing page is not GoDaddy's landing page, but the domain is hosted at GoDaddy.
Okay.
So there are this guy right here, and he's listed his domains. He has the same issue I have. And
how do you know? Have you talked to him?
No, I'm seeing his things show up on the same type of hack in the header as mine.
But again, what I'm saying is that you're assuming that he's having issues with this.
You know what? I'm assuming that it's going on exactly the same.
Okay, but we don't. But again, we don't know if he is actually working with these companies, and that is something that is legitimate scripts or code or links or whatever that he's purposely using.
Let's move on and let's.
His site.
Okay, great.
So I'm not going to discuss that any further.
All right, fine. So I found this morning. Beer.viajes. Please type that in. Beer.viajes.
Okay, and what are we looking at with this one?
We're going to find that beer, the number, and then .viajes.
The beer and the number .viajes.
The same thing, the same type of URL that I'm trying to look for it right here. It was first one this morning. Refresh my screen. But beer, there is beer.guide, and I think if I go up and just copy that beer in the number, that number beer dot and then D6, and I think it might pop up my website if I search for that beer in the number. And
but again, Sean, this doesn't prove anything about any hacking or anything like that. And to be honest with you, if you feel that this is happening with these other companies, you need to reach out to these companies and not to GoDaddy.
Okay, Deron, I think I need to get my A records reset.
To what?
I don't, or the IP or whatever. They have stolen the search of all my domains, all of them.
Searches have nothing to do with your IP addresses or A records being reset or whatnot. And again, that'll be something you'd speak with Google about, not GoDaddy.
Okay, didn't we change? Or how about the name servers?
What about the name servers?
We changed the name servers. I own jewelry.finance. It's parked at Afterneck. And just put that in the URL. Jewelry.finance. All right?
Okay.
So
it comes up with the for sale page.
Right. Okay. Now just put jewelry.finance in the Google box. And do that search. And in theory, I should have a link right there that tells you.
No, not necessarily. You're first of all, you're picking out two probably of the top searched keywords on Google: jewelry and finance.
We're not doing a keyword search.
Hold on. Just because you have jewelry.finance and you have that pointed to an Afterneck for sale page doesn't mean that you're going to be the top ranking domain name on Google.
We're not Googling keywords. We're Googling a URL. So
it doesn't matter. It's still looking at that and breaking it apart as the keywords, what's in there. And I guarantee these pages that are actually coming up above you, they're probably paying a lot of money to actually have their sites actually come up above yours.
All right.
Because you're not paying anything to really have these placed on the search engines.
Okay, so
that's not what you want to do.
Right. Let's do bikini.clothing.
Is it the same thing?
I just.
That you're going to show me? I mean, again, none of this proves
Deron,
anything about hacking or anything like that. I'm just trying to tell you and help you, Sean.
Right.
This has nothing to do with hacking.
Okay. Well, bikini.clothing.
Okay, what about that? What is it that you're going to want me to search for that? Because if it's the same thing, we don't need to continue because it's going to be the same answer.
Deron, bikini.clothing.
Okay, and what is it that you want me to look for?
The link right there at the top. Right there underneath the pictures.
Okay.
That's my domain.
Okay.
And so click on it. It goes right to Afternic. Now, jewelry.clothing didn't. Or jewelry.finance didn't. So do pike.fish.
What?
Fish. Like what you catch, eat, fish. Pike.fish. Alright?
Okay.
It's there, right? There's the link, and it goes right to Afternic.
Okay. Again, this proves nothing about hacking. It has nothing to do with it. It doesn't prove anything.
Alright. Let's go back to jewelry.finance.
Here's the simple resolution to this phone call. You have domains that you want to sell, and you have them pointed over to Afternic. Okay? Afternic is not something that, like, we don't push those domains and whatnot out to Google to be ranked so they can be sold. They're on the Afternic platform because Afternic is a reseller platform, as well as GoDaddy's Aftermarket, etc., Cedo, and all of those other platforms. They're reseller platforms. People going to actually find those names for sale are ones that are either looking on those platforms for a domain name for sale, or they're actually typing in the domain name, going directly to it, or they're going to someplace like GoDaddy or another registrar and typing in the domain in the search to try to register that domain name, and that's how you would hopefully find a buyer for those domains. So take Google out of the equation altogether.
Why would you do that?
Because you can't put Google into this equation for, like, auction domains are not designed to be something that are ultimately, they have no SEO on them. There's no search engine optimization on those. So it's not something that you can definitively look at and say, oh, okay, this one's going to rank above this one because it's for sale or not for sale. It has no bearing on any of this whatsoever.
Deron. So, love.viajes is my domain, and it is one of them that's actually working right. If you put it in the URL, it redirects right to hotels.viajes. That's what it's supposed to do. All of them are supposed to do that except for cars and cruise.viajes. The rest of them are turned into landing pages, which they're not supposed to be. They're supposed to all be forwarded to hotels.viajes. But when you put love.viajes in the...
Well, here's the thing then, okay? What you're saying right now, here's what we can do. Let's focus on your account instead of on all these things you're finding on Google, because I'm just not going to search for any of that stuff anymore, okay? Let's focus on the domains in your account, and let's go over what you would like to change on your account. Are there domains that you want to forward that are not forwarding?
Yes. There are things, there are several. So...
Okay. So do you have a list of those domains so I can actually help you with forwarding those domains? Or did you want to do that on your own?
I can do it on my own, but for some reason the dang thing's being changed. So I don't know why they're not all going through. Where I'm asking them all to be forwarded except for 3 or 4 of them, and they end up not. They end up looking like these old landing pages. And I know that you gave me a newer landing page.
Okay, well, that's what I'm saying, though, is that if you can let me know which domains for some reason are not forwarding or not working properly, let me know what those domains are so I can look at those specific domains and see if maybe there's something on our back end that's not allowing them to forward properly.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I'm going with this, is that it's more likely that there's something maybe stuck on our back end not allowing it to forward properly versus you being hacked.
Okay. Well, I've only made $3 or $4 with all these domains at Afternic in 5 or 6 months. There's something going on. They're redirecting the traffic.
Sean, again, I'm not going going to get into the hacking portion of this conversation, okay?
Right. So,
So again, if you have domains that you've identified, you can send me a list of any domains that you feel are not forwarding properly after you've set up forwarding. I will gladly look at those for you and see why they're not forwarding. And then if you have others that you wish to point to Afternic but aren't currently pointing or resolving to Afternic, let me know what those are, and I can point those, or I can make sure that those are resolving properly. Again, you're looking more towards an outside entity or source hacking you versus it possibly being something where it's just not resolving properly, which is 9 times out of 10, actually 99.9% of the time, that's what's happening. Then we can look at that and resolve that issue for you.
Okay. Let me look at one more. Let's go to in the Google box.
If this has to do with the hacking, again, Sean, I'm not going to discuss that any further. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. I showed you pretty clear that the wedding dot viajes and clearly was being the search. I'm gonna do one more, and that's it.
Again, Sean, if this is going to point on anything to do with hacking, again, I'm not going to look at that. You know, I don't mean to be rude or anything. I'm just saying that it's not worth your time or my time when we could spend this time working on other things in your account. And like I said, we can fix, you know, if something's not forwarding properly, let's fix that. If something's not pointing to the right name servers, let's fix that. That's a more useful, you know, point of our time working on something like that than looking at these searches and trying to find little things in the codes and the links that you're finding online.
Okay, so Deron, I have a question about my website, Vegas.baby. Now,
Okay.
the headers of my websites, all of them, have been completely changed. So, what kind of malware service do I have with? Is there a security service or a malware? You know, what kind of service is there for somebody to go in and take a look at it?
What do you mean that they've been changed?
The entire header. So let's go to Vegas.baby.
I know we looked at this once before as well.
Can you look at it again? They're all like this. They're all like this. So
they're all like this. So what we're saying is if they're all like this and you're using the same program to build all of your websites, which is a website builder, it's possible that something with our code actually changed on our side, right? Because they've all changed and they're all using website builder?
all right. They're all using website builder. There's only one. Hey, Deron. There's only one that isn't hacked. And I hate even mentioning it over the phone. But I'm going to tell you. So, Cruise.viajes, as far as I know, is not hacked. So, this one wasn't hacked because I didn't have an API on it. Now, the Expedia booking engine. So, if you go to...
Before we go any further, are these sites functioning properly? Do they display properly? Do they look right? Are all the widgets that you have put on there, are they all working properly when you click on the links?
The answer would be no. When you use
what's not working properly?
Darren, the APIs are clearly working with Firefox and Chrome, but when you use a very secure browser like the Chrome or the Tor browser,
the what browser?
Tor.
Tor?
Okay, Darren. So, Tor or the Epic. These are encrypted browsers that have built-in VPNs. And I have a video. You're going to see it, and you're going to go, holy shit. Now...
Well, but Sean, you have to remember that most of these sites and these things that you're using, they're not designed for... I mean, I've never even heard of that browser before, to be honest with you. So it's not, they may not even be looking for that. I guarantee. I mean, I get phone calls from other clients that I work with. They say that GoDaddy's site doesn't work properly, but then I find that they're using a very obscure browser or going through some sort of a VPN service that goes out of the country and then back in and whatever, because they do that for whatever security purposes in their business that they're doing. But ultimately, it's that connection with whatever they're using that is actually causing the issue. So we have to look at what's the mainstream, what's working within what is a common browser that they would be building these for, and go off of that.
Hey, Darren. Darren.
Hold on. You're saying that these APIs aren't working. So if the API is not working with a particular browser, again, that wouldn't be GoDaddy. You'd reach out to whatever company provided you that API, and you'd let them know that it's not working with the browser, and they can help you with it.
Right. That's not really what I wanted to talk about. You asked the question, what's not working? All right. So I mentioned the browser. I have a video showing exactly what's going on with those browsers. So let's move on. I again asked you to pull up cruise.viajes.
I've done that.
All right. Right click on and inspect the element, please. And go to the header. And so you have to take that little arrow at the header at the top and just point it down.
I don't see anything that says header.
It just says head. It says head. It's the very top.
Yep, I don't have that.
Okay, so did you right click on the face?
I did.
Okay. And then what are you looking at? At the very top.
Yep.
What does it say?
Okay, the very top of the code, okay, where it's head, head.
Right. It says head and
okay.
And right underneath it, it says body.
Yeah.
Okay. So on the head, click on that little arrow. And so it points down. It points down.
Okay.
Now, the very first line is meta char set UTF-8, and the next line is X-UA compatible. And then you see the title page, cruise.viajes, cruise packages, etc. You see all that?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's open up another window, please. And we're going to pull up vegas.baby. And you're going to right click on vegas.baby. I'm telling you, the only one that is not hacked is the one we just looked at. So now Vegas Baby, you're going to right click on that and then hit that header. And now you see all these relay links. These relay links are favicons that have redirects built into them. And then if you go all the way down to where you see title right about, 4 inches down, 5, 6, you'll see title, Vegas Baby, Casinos, Las Vegas. That's the beginning of the website. Actually, 3 lines up.
Do me a favor, Sean. Take the very first link that's in there. img1.ws.
Yep.
Copy that and then put it into a browser. It's your image.
Of course. Exactly.
Of course. So that's nothing. This is not a hack.
No. Those images are .svgs, which those they changed them from PNGs to .svgs. And I ran a website, it's called Website Checker, and there's a big red line that says your header has .svgs in them. And a .svg is a live photo that is pinging to another website. And that whole, you're right. They're all photos. They're all favicons. And this is a favicon hack. And going back.
That favicon is not doing anything. You go to it in your search, or not search engine, go to it in the browser, it just brings up the image. It doesn't do anything.
Yep. It's a encrypted SVG file. So.
Well, I don't see anything about SVG anywhere in this title. It's a .png that I'm looking at. All the ones I pulled up are .pngs, not .svgs.
What is the relay for? Apple Touch.
Relay?
It says Apple. What's an Apple Touch icon?
Of what?
Apple Touch icon. You're not.
Apple Touch icon.
Right.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry.
Going back to Vegas.baby. And
so again, it doesn't show anything about you being hacked. It's not pointing towards anything being hacked. So I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, the sites are working okay. You told me that the APIs aren't working properly. What I could say about that is you'd want to reach out to wherever you got the APIs, let them know, and see if there's any fix that they have for that.
Deron, I don't have any APIs on Vegas.baby. I took them down. So.
Okay.
But just one more time, Deron. You don't care. But just hear me out for a second. Does this header look like cruise.viajes?
The code itself?
The header. Compare the two.
What do you mean? Visually? You're talking about the code, the scripts? What are you talking about?
Pull them apart. Pull the two windows apart, please, and look at the headers.
Okay, let's see. So, for one, your Vegas.baby, let me look at this real quick and see what plans you have them on as well. So, Vegas.baby's on the free trial plan, which was the VNext International, what was the other one we looked at?
Cruise.viajes.
Okay, which is, alright, so they're different plans. It's possible that the platform that you're actually using or the server that you're on is causing that.
Hey, Deron.
They're entirely different plans that you're using.
Deron.
Yes.
This is not about planning. This is about a hack in the header.
I'm talking about the accounts that you're using to build these.
All right, Deron.
There are different platforms behind them on the GoDaddy side.
All right, open up another window, please.
Sean, I'm not going to. We're not going to continue with this.
Right. I think you're in on this. I'm going to tell you right now, I think you're in on it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not hacking your website.
No. I think
you're accusing me of things.
I said I think. You're not helping.
Okay. But
You
that's
want
an accusation, Sean.
right? You can count on.
And I don't appreciate that. Like I said, I'm here as your account manager.
You're not helping, no.
You're
You're not helping me.
Again, Sean, these things that you're bringing up as potential hacks, they're not hacks.
You're not telling me why this is.
We spent 50 minutes on this phone call talking about these things, and none of these things have proven that you are hacked.
Okay, I will prove to you that.
No, we're not going to continue with this. I'm sorry.
Hey, Darren, I'm going to tell you something, dude. I'm reporting this to Homeland Security, the Federal Trade Commission, FBI, and the Michigan State Police, and I don't think you're cooperating. I'm just going to tell you right now, I don't think you are, and you're just like Frank Schilling. Frank Schilling is the CEO of Uniregistry, and that guy had 750 of my domains, and he never, they were all in the URL of Expedia. They were all listed there, encrypted. I caught him. Now, I talked to him, and he said, well, Sean, I didn't know you wanted me to put a link on. That's why I pointed my name servers to you, Frank. And I caught him stealing. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I don't think you are open.
Spoke with Frank Schilling, and he said that.
Yes. Yes, I fucking talked to him, and I have a witness that talked to him, and he denied. I caught him lying. Now, I have Frank Schilling. I'm going to tell you right now, I know what's going on here. Now, Frank Schilling's in on this. He is in on this because his domains that are registered over there through other people are also on the Expedia URL, and I have a list of those. Now, I'm asking you to do one more thing, and I want you to do one more thing. Please go to the Google box. In the Google search box, not the URL, and type in Vegas.baby. Now,
what are we looking for, Sean?
My website, and it shows right there. The URL is right there. Okay, we're going to click on that. Actually, don't click on that yet. Go up and put a forward slash in Vegas.baby in the Google box. Vegas.baby / casinos. Plural. Casinos. Now, casinos is a page in my website. Now, this Vegas.baby / casino is an actual URL. You will pull up my website. But you won't. But it's not. It's not. What's pulling up is VegasBaby.casino. And VegasBaby.casino has taken over this page in my website, Vegas.baby / casinos.
So where are you getting that? Is that supposed to be your link? Where are you getting that information?
All right, then go back to my site. Go back to my site, please. Go back to my site, and go to the URL where in the homepage there, and then where the hamburger button or whatever, the drop down, or you can type it in the URL. Click on casinos. And there is my URL, VegasBaby / casinos. That URL has been overtaken by all those redirect links, these redirect links in the header that are in those favicons.
And where are you seeing that again? You went to Google and you searched for what now?
Vegas.baby / casinos. And it goes to that UK online casino company. And so My domain,
Sean,
what?
that link is vegasbaby.casino. That's why it's going to that UK version. So it's, again, not yours.
Vegas baby, Vegas dot baby.
Vegasbaby.casino.
Right, but that's not where it's supposed to go. It's supposed to go to Vegas dot baby /casinos.
Yeah. Sean, you're talking about Google searches.
Yep, I am. I'll tell you what. Why don't we go to GoDaddy? Let's type in GoDaddy in the Google box there. GoDaddy.com /domains.
This is not getting us anywhere. You're bringing up things that are not relevant to this. Your Vegas.baby/casino is not taken over by anything. It goes directly to where it's supposed to go.
Where's it going?
To your page.
You're obviously not in the Google box.
You're right, because I'm not going to go to Google and click on vegasbaby.casino and get to your page. That's just not how it works.
Darren, you're not doing what I'm asking you to do. I'm asking you.
You told me to do that search and then look
Darren,
at the first thing that comes up, which the first thing that comes up is vegasbaby.casino, which is a UK site.
Right, and that's what.
That's exactly what you asked me to do.
And that's where it's going. So that don't.
You're right, because vegasbaby.casino is not the same as vegas.baby/casino. Those are two entirely different things.
Of course, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, but that is how the internet works.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does, Sean. The internet works in a sense where you have vegasbaby.casino going to where it's being hosted and what site is there.
Hey, you're not doing it right.
Vegas.baby/casino goes somewhere entirely different.
Where's it go?
To your website.
Not in the Google box.
Again, Google has nothing to do with it.
Yes, it does. It's doing it right in front of your face.
When you search for vegas.casino/baby, the first search that comes up is vegasbaby.casino.
I didn't ask you to do that. I said.
I didn't do that. Google did that.
I'm asking you to.
You asked me to search for that. You asked me to search for that, and that's what comes up. You verified that that's what you want me to click on and say that that's going somewhere else. And it is going somewhere else because it's not your domain.
Hey, Darren.
It's not your website.
Darren! It is vegas.baby/casinos.
Okay. Same thing. vegasbaby.casino.
That's where it's going. That page has been hijacked by all of that script in the header.
Son, I want you to look at this again. Look at where the dot is. The dot is very important. It's just like in money, right?
Oh my God.
The dot is very important.
Dude, I know.
It's as important in domains as it is in money.
Right. So what are you putting in? I'll put the same thing you're putting in.
Vegas.baby/casinos. The very first link that comes up is vegasbaby.
Right. That's the site. That is the site that has taken over my domain.
So you're saying that has taken over your website?
Yes.
Well, I don't see that because it's going to vegasbaby.casino/lobby/vegasbaby. So it's a completely different website.
That's the one that the search goes to.
Right, because that's what's coming up in the search. Your search results gave you that as the first link. You choose to click on that link, it's going to bring you to that. It's not going to bring you to your website because what you typed in there is vegas.baby/casinos, which you own.
Darren, I know that. I'm trying to tell you that. My websites are deep sixed. You can't search them. You can't search them because they're.
So again, that's something something that you'd bring up with Google, not with GoDaddy.
That is because the header is hacked back at those favicons.
All right, Sean, we've been on the phone for an hour. Are we going anywhere else? Do you need any forwards updated? Do you need any name servers updated?
I want you to do one other thing. Right-click on GoDaddy's website. Go hit the @ sign. Don't lose the Vegas baby sign, my website. Go to GoDaddy. Go to GoDaddy.
Why? What am I looking for, Sean?
You're going to right-click on it and inspect the element.
I'm not going to inspect GoDaddy's website.
And I just want you to go to the header and tell me why you don't have all those redirects on your header when I do.
Well, Sean, our site is custom built by a team of developers versus you using a plug-and-play website builder. That's a completely different site.
Dude, you're in on this. I'm done. I'm done with you. I want a new person to work with.
Sean, your account's not going to be assigned to somebody else.
That's fine.
Everything I'm
That's
telling you
fine.
is true.
Darren,
There's nothing that I'm doing. You can't accuse me of being in on these hackers hacking your
you have never given me help. You always fight with me. I'm sharing with
I'm
you.
offering to help you. Sean,
Then go to the GoDaddy website and tell me why you don't have all those redirects, relay links.
I just told you the answer to that question.
Just like yeah.
So again, I'm going to offer my help. You're saying I'm not offering to help you, but I'm offering to help you. You've identified on this call something very important that I can help you with, which is you have domains that you believe are not forwarding when you set up forwarding.
Mm-hmm.
You also said that maybe some of the name servers are not set properly. You send me that information, I can help you with that.
Okay.
With all of this other information, that's not something that I can really dive into. And we're not going to spend time diving into that anymore.
I know you're not. You chose not to. You choose to ignore.
Right. So let's go ahead, because we've spent all our time this year, 95% of our time looking at these things and not being able to prove anything.
I have proven you to multiple times.
Sean, we're moving on, okay?
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Allow
Darren.
Allow me to help you by giving me opportunity to help you by doing the things that we can do. For example, we did help you a little bit not too long ago by pointing your domains to the Afternic landing pages.
And
that was a great success.
No. They're not all doing that.
Okay, then that's what you need to tell me. Say, Darren, there's a couple of domains I identified are not actually resolving to the Afternic landing page. Can you take a look at that? You send me those domains and I can look at that for you. That's fair, right? Just because domains are not landing or resolving to a landing page that we pointed to does not instantly mean that you've been hacked.
It means the traffic has been rediverted.
Again, you're going back to hacking. So let's look at what's going on and why they're not actually resolving there. So would you be able to send me a list of those and specify which ones you think are not resolving to the Afternic landing pages and which ones you want to forward and where those domains are supposed to forward? And I can certainly go into your account and help you with that. Can you get that list? That's my question. My ask of you is, can you get that list?
Sure. You know what? Sure. But there's 1,800 of them, and I don't know which ones are not working. But I do know the .viajes have been changed, and I didn't change them.
Again, I'm not going to get into that right now, Sean.
Yeah, I know you're not. What's the landing page supposed to look like? Just like the Afternic? What is?
Yeah, it says afternic.com. This domain is for sale. I mean, you have a couple of domains that are resolving there right now. We came across one while we were on this phone call.
Right.
You had me go to one of them. I don't remember which one it was, though.
All right. I'm on a page that says my GoDaddy. I'm trying to type in Africa.viajes, and it says the page is not secure. So there's no, and it looks like a GoDaddy page, but it's not a GoDaddy page because I know they're redirecting. So take a photo of
Go
that.
to 10, the number's 10, .guide. That's one of the domains that you own, and it's pointing to the Afternic
Right.
page that's supposed to resolve to. That's what it's supposed to look like.
I know it. I know.
Well, you asked me for an example. That's what I'm showing you.
So Africa.viajes. Type that in because it's going to a page that's not secure, and it says it's a GoDaddy page, but it's not secure.
It's a GoDaddy park page. Yeah, not secure up on the top left because park pages don't have an SSL on them.
Okay.
Again, that does not mean you are hacked. That means this page does not have an SSL on it. That's all it means.
But it was supposed to be going right to hotels.viajes. So.
Okay, so that's perfect. So we can look at that one. Africa.viajes. Let's look. Doesn't look like you have forwarding on it.
Right.
So
it was taken off.
that's one that we would have. Okay, do you want forwarding on that domain or no?
Yeah, I know how to do this. I know how to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's that simple, though.
Deron?
Yeah.
I have uncovered domain hijacking. And all of my domains are hijacked.
Alright,
so
I will, then I guess we're going back to the hijacking.
Alright.
I'll leave you with that. If there's anything else I can do to help you with forwarding or updating name servers, let me know. Are you there?
Yeah, I just so the word hotel.flights.
Is this anything to do with hacking?
No, I just want to know. You can put hotel, which by the way, I want you to use 2 L's in hotel. It's a foreign word. Hotel.flights. It goes right to my website, hotels.viajes.
Okay.
So, but when you go back to the Google box and you type in...
Again, Sean, no, we're not going to go there.
Why?
Because you're talking about search results.
No, we're not. I'm talking about... if you type in red.style...
Yep. Again, search results. You're talking about search results. So you're talking about search engine optimization. That is completely different.
No, it's not. This is not about... We're Googling a URL. When you Google a URL...
I understand. But that still has to do with how the search engine... Google is a search engine. When you type in a series of characters, whether it be words separated by dots or commas or spaces, it is searching those words and those terms and coming up with the results based on their algorithm.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah, I know. What would you type in red.style for me, please?
Son, I don't need to. We're going back in circles to the same thing that you were talking about before. It's like bikini.clothing and the other domains that you had me bring up. It's the exact same thing.
So
we're talking about search results, and that's not something that I can help you with.
Right.
If you want me to help you with updating forwarding or updating name servers with your domains, let me know. Send me a list. I'd be more than happy to help you with that.
Okay. I'd like for you to get rid of all those relays in the header of hotel.beer.
That's not something that I can do.
Why? They're not there because you guys put them there. If it's not there part of the package, that's the problem here.
Sean, again, if you want me to help you with forwarding any of your domains or updating name servers for your domains in your domain manager, let me know. I'd be happy to help you out with that.
Then Darren, tell me how to get rid of it, and who do I talk to get rid of that?
I don't know. That's something that you'll have to look up.
Darren? I'm 51 years old.
And I'm 42.
And my gut, I trust my gut, and I don't trust you. I'm telling you right now, I do not trust you. I don't care
how
how.
long you've been in the domain. No, how long?
Hey, I have $400,000+ in
How
this.
long have you been in the clothing industry?
And I know when somebody's pulling the wool over my eyes, dude.
How long have you been in the domain industry? How long have you been in the clothing industry?
Yeah, 31 years.
Okay, that's a long time.
Right.
Right.
And I don't know
Right.
how long have I been with GoDaddy? Why don't you look?
And I've been working with the internet and technology for, let's see, a combined, 12 and a half years here, plus another probably 8 years prior to this, so close to 20 years.
All right. Why don't you look and see when I opened up my account at GoDaddy? Because I might have you beat. And I do have you beat. Now listen to me. Yes, I do, because I owned. Maybe not. Maybe I owned ShirtCloset.com. I think I bought that from Two Cows back in 2001.
Okay, but what I'm saying is,
no.
This is my profession. This is what I do.
Right.
And what I'm telling you, I'm merely trying to help you with this and help you move forward.
Mm-hmm.
We got somewhere the last time that we talked, and you had all these fears of hacking and everything. And we moved forward, and we really get somewhere. I'm asking you to do the same thing this time.
Oh, I'm not going to do the same thing, dude. They're fucking hacking me. Now.
Okay, then you need to take this up with those companies and see how they can help you with that.
I want you to remove those relays out of that header. How do you do that?
You can take this up with these companies. If you believe that these companies are hacking you, you'll have to resolve that matter with them.
Deron, how do you remove the relays in the header?
I can merely tell you that you'll have to take this up with those companies.
So when I take it up with the company and I'm going to say, hey, my GoCentral account has relays in the header, and they're going to say, why are you calling us? Why don't you call GoDaddy and see if they can get those relays out of their GoDaddy product? Well,
Yours just .png, their images .png. You're claiming that there's something that they're not. So, Sean, they're not doing anything to hurt your website. Your website is functioning properly.
My God, dude, they're stealing the search.
Let's move forward. We're going to end this call because we've been over an hour now. Let me know if you have any domains that you need help with forwarding or changing your name servers, and I'd be more than happy to help you.
Deron, I want a new rep. I've been working with you. Why? Why won't you let me have a new rep?
Because you're not going to get a new rep assigned to you. It's just not going to work that way.
Yeah, I know. I want to know the answer. Why?
Because there's nobody in this department that's going to be able to give you any other answers than what I'm giving you.
That is fucking bullshit, because I get more help from other people when I call in than you have ever helped. I've got website checker, website. Oh, thanks for telling me that, Michael. Thank you. Oh, you know what? There are two other services that Mike or Michael gave me. I have to go look at them, but they showed me how this the warnings that my sites are being redirected, and you've never done that.
About website security, which I have talked to you about before.
So, what do you do with website security on your site, since it's not FTP access? You guys take care of the security. So if we've deleted all the HTML and those relays are still in the header, what can
if you want, you can custom design your websites if you want to. You could hire developers or learn how to do it yourself, and then you could have a website built like GoDaddy's.
Hey, listen, do you remember I did build them by myself on WordPress, and it didn't matter. So
you worked with an outside developer, is what you told me. You paid somebody or you hired somebody to develop these websites. You weren't developing them. And WordPress, again...
I have never told you that. I have built every one of my websites.
You did. You told me at one point that you had hired an outside development company to help you with your websites. You know, that's neither here nor there. I mean, it doesn't really matter whether you built them or somebody else built them.
I never told you that. So you're thinking of something. Deron, I am really concerned about my relationship with you. I'm starting not to trust you.
I built it in your account notes.
Yeah, you know what? The only thing I bought was security, and it was a service to dude, I can't believe you're even saying this. Whatever I have in your account notes, I wouldn't trust half the things you have in your account notes because you are blocking me. You're blocking me.
To the point where you're just insulting me. So let's end this phone call here, okay?
I want a new rep, and I'm going to tell you.
Sean, you're not going to get a new rep. I hate to tell you, but you're going to get a new rep.
Why? Why would you want to be with somebody who doesn't want to be with you?
Rep and myself.
All right. Well, I'm going to mention you and not accusing you of anything, but I am definitely going to mention you in this federal FTC and law enforcement report. You aren't helping me, and I'm kind of wondering why.
So you're threatening to take my
No, I'm not. I'm just saying I'm not getting help from GoDaddy. There's no threatening. You are not helping me. You're in denial, which makes me want to lift an eye, a serious side eye at you.
Okay, Sean, are we done with this phone call?
Oh, no, you're probably done. I'm fine. I'm going to tell you right now, you aren't helping me, and these domains, I've proven in a video, I've got several that I've worked on the last 48 hours, and it specifically shows the uniqueness. You're either covering. I have to wonder. How do these people get in? And I'm not saying you're letting them in, but I just wonder how they keep getting in. How you won't even help me remove the header. You say that's the way it's supposed to look. When I showed you cruise.vias, doesn't look that way. But I show you another one that does, and you say, doesn't look any different to me. Dude, I'm wondering about you. This is a very complicated, organized hack. And there are several players in it. There's not just one. And so I know who these people are. And if one or two more people were added to this group of people hacking and stealing my domains, the traffic, I wouldn't be surprised if there's somebody within GoDaddy. And if you aren't helping me, I'm telling you, you are not helping me. I'm asking you to remove those relays. And you won't. Those relays weren't in until I put those APIs in there. And then those guys got in to the website through the APIs and installed HTML. They got into your website. And I believe that they are hacking multiple, not just GoDaddy's, but multiple landing pages.
Then Sean, here's something that's fair. If you can show or send us proof and evidence that shows that any of those links that are on there are actually redirecting or pointing your site or directing traffic somewhere else, then we can take a look at that. But as of right now, they are doing nothing.
Mm-hmm. They're not searchable.
I think that's fair.
My domains are not searchable. That's proof.
Again, I think that's fair.
Well, I'm going to send you I've got a 2-hour video, probably.
Well, I don't have time to watch a 2-hour video.
Well,
and if you can send me like hard evidence in an email saying this points to this, goes here, this is what this does, I can do that. But I can't sit here for 2 hours out of my day and watch a video that you put together.
Right. I wouldn't expect you to. Wouldn't expect you to. All right, Deron. You know what? I'm requesting a new rep.
That's not going to happen, Sean. I'm sorry.
And I want to know the reason why.
Because it's not going to happen. We're not going to be able to put somebody else on your account that's going to be able to do anything different than I can.
Oh, I
have been doing.
You haven't done much. Yeah. There's a reason why you're not going to pass me. It would be better for both of us.
I'm sorry, that didn't...
It would be better for both of us to just part ways.
Well, we're not going to do that, Sean.
I want to know
We're
why.
together.
Why?
I told you what I can help you with and what anybody in this department can help you with. And you changing reps is not going to change that. You've spoken with all the reps in this department that are on the finance team. You've spoken with Amy. You've spoken with Mike. You've spoken with Mark. You've even spoken with at least a half dozen other members on the gold team here. We all have notes in here. I'm looking through all the notes, and it's all the same thing, and it's coming up with the same conclusion.
What's the conclusion?
That we're not able to find anything that you're bringing up. So we're not going to be able to do anything for this. Trust me, Sean. We want to help you. We want to work with you.
No, you don't, Deron. I'm going to tell you right now, you're not helping. The domains are not searchable.
Okay, but again, that has nothing to do with it. We're not going to talk about the search engine results. Search engine results are completely different.
Then fix the header. Get rid of those relays.
There's nothing to fix, Sean.
Then tell me why cruise.viajes, which are on the same plans, which was kind of a off-the-cuff...
They're not. They're two different plans.
Right. Well, that doesn't have anything to do with the header.
It could.
Find out for me.
Again, those sites...
No, I want you to find out for me. I'll hold. Find out for me.
Okay. Okay. All right, hold on.
No. You're full of shit, dude. You fucker.
Hi, Sean. So again, these are doing nothing, and they are not a hack. If you look at them and look at the relay links that are there, and look at the actual information that comes up, all it is just resized images for different things. Like you brought up the Apple Touch. What's that for? The whatever.
What is it for? What is the Apple Touch for?
For Apple devices, for mobile devices.
Okay. All right. So let's just do this.
Nope.
Okay. I'm gonna say.
That's all it is. That's all it is.
Why are they above the header?
That doesn't matter. They're just simply images for your website. That's all. It's your image.
All right.
Your Welcome to Fabulous Vegas, baby, Nevada. That's all it is.
Okay, so I have...
It doesn't matter whether it's above the header or not.
Deron, Darren,
Sean, I got an answer for you.
Yeah,
they are not affecting you. These are not hacks. That's something that's actually...
You're not answering my question. My question is, I'm looking at the header of cruise.viajes right now and GoDaddy's header, GoDaddy.com. And both
GoDaddy. GoDaddy is a custom designed website.
I'm not finished. I'm not finished.
No, because Sean, I'm going to tell you, you can't compare a site on Website Builder to GoDaddy.com's website. They're going to look entirely different. So comparing those two and trying to point something out with GoDaddy.com versus your Website Builder website, there are going to be many, many differences.
Okay, Darren, I'm going to finish after this. I have screenshots of my sites when I originally built them before the header was hacked. Now, cruise.viajes is not, the header is normal. The header was normal on all of my sites until I installed those APIs. And then they got in and manipulated the header. Now, your header at GoDaddy.com doesn't have any of those relays above it. Cruise.viajes, which I built on GoDaddy's, doesn't have any of those relays above the header. Neither one of those sites do. But now, hotels.viajes and vegas.baby, my business site, suit.style, suit.style didn't have anything in the header for a while. And then that was one of the last to get injected with something above the header. And when you put those relays above the header, the search, the generic search is being manipulated. And they're being manipulated by those favicons that are alive, breathing SVG files. So they look like PNGs, but they're not. They got a heartbeat. And so, you're not telling me why you won't remove those relays. Or you're not giving me advice on how to handle it.
They're part of the site, Sean. Again, I just confirmed there's nothing that these are doing. These aren't hacks.
Right.
Okay? It's plain and simple. Your account,
why are they above the header and the title? Even the warning.
I don't know. That's just how these work.
No, that's not how they were at first. And when these things were moved above the header.
Hold on, because we're going on an hour and a half now, okay? And we've gotten nowhere. We're going back in circles.
Well, you asked for me what?
Not hacked.
Right.
Your domains are not hacked. Your site is not hacked.
Sure.
It's working as intended, okay? And there's nothing that needs to be changed or needs to be done. Okay? So again, let me help you with the things that I can help you with. Okay? That is, again, if you have sites that you need to, or domains that you need to forward, let me know. I can help you with that. I know you said that you know how to do it, but I can do it in bulk, maybe a little bit faster. If you have name servers you need to update with your domain names, I can certainly help you with that as well. I'd be more than happy to help you with that.
Darren?
Sir?
I want those relays removed. That's what the help is. I know how to...
That's not going to do anything, Sean. Those relays are not doing... Those links that are there are not doing anything to your website.
Yep. All right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So, all calls are recorded, right? So, make sure that somebody else...
All right, Sean. So, if there's anything else that I can help you out with, as I mentioned to you, let me know. I want to help you out with those things.
Why won't you do what I asked? Remove the relays.
If there's anything, like I mentioned to you, if you have any help that you need with those things, let me know, and I'll help you out with them, okay?
I need a new rep, and I want you to help me with that. And
Sean, you're not going to get a new rep. I don't know how many times I'm going to tell you
Yeah.
you're not going to get a new rep because they're not going to be able to do anything different than I can do.
All right. Okay. You haven't done much. That's what I'm telling you. But
Well, I mean, I'm not going to get into that. That's just, picking an argument that we don't need to have. So, and I'm not going to have an argument about that. Again, I'm offering to help you.
yeah, and I'm showing you.
Allow me to help you or not.
All right.
Okay.
You're asking me to do something that's easy to do.
I can help you with.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, I know how to point a domain somewhere. I know how to change the name servers.
Okay.
I'm asking you to get rid of those relays.
Okay. Well.
And you're not going to do it.
If you want to get rid of those relays, you can change platforms if you want. You can develop the website from ground up if you'd like.
We've done that for the first year. Remember, and we kept getting in. Remember the cPanel? I can't believe you don't remember the cPanel.
Yeah, I do remember. I remember you had hosting.
All right. Okay. All right. Darren. I'm disappointed in you. So that's fine. Hey, you know what? You are who you are. You're not addressing the issue here, and the issue is that I believe the landing pages, and not just GoDaddy's, but they're getting in through those landing pages. Everybody that has those unique links with Expedia have unique landing pages.
Let's not go back into the Google searches coming up with those unique landing pages for other people's websites.
No, I'm talking about mine.
That has no bearing on your website. Okay.
Right. Okay. Right. All right. Darren.
Okay. So are we finished?
Yeah, I'm finished. There's nothing else here.
Okay, Sean.
Okay, goodbye.
All right.
You motherfucker. Dude, I think he's in it. sticky. I don't think the salt I have on there is going to cut that very fine. That looks like you.
Good. That's not good then.
You need to
I
find.
don't want it to be destroyed.
Well, let's take a practice run.
Ooh.
Dude, I'm going to show you something. This is because of you.
Okay. Does it have any monetary value attached to it?
No, it has some peace of mind, but I don't believe that they're completely gone. For 2 years, this machine has run hard, run loud, run. Even when I'm not working on it, just pick up and start running because I suspect they're mining crypt Bitcoin from my computer constantly. But I want to show you what you did. You told me, did you think about silence?
Yes.
And I said, no, I'll take a look at it. So this silence.
Yes. There's a reason why BlackBerry bought them.
Well, I'm trying to open it. God damn it.
Cramp on my foot.
What happened?
Well, the computer's getting hacked, so.
I'm trying to open the damn dashboard.
Hey, nice cross binders you got going on.
Oh, I know.
Just gonna take up more room.
I know.
That's great.
Well, I don't know why this is not opening. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's all very interesting.
So, that's interesting. It won't fucking open. But this is what.
Download it.
Oh, I know why it's not opening.
Yeah, it's not even hooked up to the internet.
I unplugged it because I'm getting hacked.
Yeah. It's 27.
Okay, look, there's nothing there. But I want to show you something. This is gonna kick in here in a second. This is the shared access to my computers. They're all shared. They're all remotely accessed. And come on, I'm thinking that should have opened. I can't believe he said I never built my websites. So for the first time in 2 years, after I installed that, I don't know why it's not opening right now. I see connection failed. And it only started doing that after I installed that. So this is a PC, and they named it Viajes. And this damn machine has been connected to. They've been watching everything I'm doing, and so when I go to connect, you're attempting to connect to the server Viajes. Well, I don't know whose fucking server that is. It's Chris Ishmael or Expedia's. I think it's. I've seen Expedia at one point.
You put a dot over that yet?
Over what?
That eye.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't think this thing's connected. I've never seen that error when this thing has been connected full time, and I have no idea. That's all I wanted to show you. And
so you downloaded the software,
right?
And what did it do?
I downloaded software, and it disconnected the shared access. These hackers are
It
into.
disconnected the shared access.
Yeah, I clicked on it.
And then it said connection failed.
Connection failed. It's never shown that before. I've clicked on this thing 25 times trying to figure it out.
What's up with that?
I think this thing figured out something was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not opening today.
That's weird.
And it's weird because it's not turned on up here.
Yeah,
It's
it's
offline
not even
mode.
So you're hardwired into this? You're not wireless?
Right. Because it said it's in offline mode. Let's just. Well, I think I have service. Just one second. I fucking told him. Dude, I'm going to show you something. You ready?
Yeah.
You want to get your fucking eyes blown out? I'm going to show you. And I am so pissed. Okay, I have service. So, he didn't even know what a Tor browser was. But, I want to show you. The very first one I took in these videos here.
How's that thing? What's that thing behind you?
What's that?
Antenna? Is that a router?
Yeah, oh, the white one?
The black one.
The black one's my router. So, you're gonna fucking shit your pants.
How long have you had that router?
Actually, I got a return on it. I've had this one for. I've had 4 of these. We keep swapping them out. Linksys knows I'm being fucking attacked because this would be my 4th one. I'm gonna get my 5th one soon. There's a 2-year warranty on them.
What's wrong with them?
There probably isn't anything wrong with this router right now, but more than 3 other times, my router was redirecting my traffic, and so Linksys said we got to get you a new router, and they you know.
So they got you a new router.
Yes, I'm going to get another one here soon.
Did you buy it directly from Linksys?
No, GoDaddy.
Oh, that was bought through GoDaddy. So what do you got here?
I'm gonna blow your mind.
When did this start?
What?
This is your discovery last night?
Yeah. This has been going on.
This is what made your heart pound?
Yeah. Oh, I've caught him. I need more work on this before I send him. I don't think I'm going to be qualified to show this to you right now.
Qualified?
I'm not organized. Oh, wait, no. I thought it was in here, the first one. 1 second. Hold on. One second. I hate to do this to you, but it's worth it. This is it right here. Brace yourself. So, I'll start with the Aloha browser here first. Now, there are two browsers I've been using.
Yeah. One's called Aloha.
One's called Aloha.
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 Like Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one is Tor. Now, Tor is the granddaddy of all encrypted browsers, which I've started to use, and it's this guy right here.
Okay.